Honestly, going over this show is the most anticipated animated series I've been trying to look forward to. If everybody have heard about the Invincible comic from Image Comics, they've had a animated series since 2020. Had a bit of a hiatus over the second half of their second season, involving the aftermath of the two Viltrumites coming over to planet Fraxon. That after that violent fight involving Mark and Omni Man, his father abandoned Earth while rejecting the human race, knowing that he failed as his mission from the Viltrumites. So we continue off with the aftermath of the fight after Omni-Man got captured and imprisoned, possibly to be executed by the Viltrumites. Well, the remainder of the Viltrumites, they're literally just Saiyans from planet Vegeta. That's the whole plot line. Interestingly enough, Mark has stayed over without, the lack of a ship after the invasion causing collateral damage, taking possibly months, well, technically 2 months, over the span of Mark's recovery after taking a brutal beating, surviving the two Viltrumites, ending with Mark helping rebuild while wearing their clothes. So he wore some type of mini skirt with no shoes or pants. It looked weird. With also now taking his half brother, half Fraxon, and half Viltrumite brother with him to Earth because of the rapid aging lifespan of the Fraxons. Yet they will rebuild still. So Mark was with a new heavily adjusting to the Viltrumites possibly becoming a problem. He now has to bring his half brother with him back while reporting back to his family and girlfriend at the same time. I understand Cecil got to keep a short leash on Mark, and he's responsible because he's trying to protect the human race, knowing that he has a disposal of superheroes that got to do their job. So it's understanding why he got to micromanage, but it just feels like you have this guy that's obviously, if you take him off, he can smash your head just with one hand. That teleportation shit still wasn't no match for him. Omni-Man just had a smudge of time. He could have ripped your head off, including your tie, that last scene. While Mark, knowing that what he had to do was important, after failing to report to Cecil, missed out a lot of things involving his mother still failing to cope without him, and of course his girlfriend dealing with her own issues, struggling in school, and a family member losing his life. Also, they transitioned to a lot of things this episode. They tried to transition a lot over Dependable with a massive boss fight involving Cecil and the Guardians of the Globe going in this massive fight involving Autonomous, badass skull-looking villain. Bro, we couldn't even have a fight scene. Yeah, it showed them barely struggling to handle big supernatural threats without Mark. That's possibly the Superman of the group. So they probably took a lot of collateral damage while Immortal's there. Of course, fucking duplicate. And they even try to give Rexplosion some character redemption after the last season and a half of him being a sleazeball, cheating on his girlfriend, with an affair with Duplicate. So literally somebody within the team, while being an ignorant asshole to Rudy, that's Robot. And just being unlikable while trying to slowly transition him, trying to redeem himself, knowing that his actions cause him to be quite an asshole. So we have that transitioning while Alan the alien is recovering from also getting jumped by the Viltrumites after looking for Mark Grayson. After not trying to be a snitch, respectfully. He literally gets a goddamn Zenkai boost, or that's the case of you nearly die, you recover, and then you become 10 times as strong as how you were previously. So you get the effect of a Super Saiyan. Alan Alan the alien practically is Viltrumite level strong, and that becomes a major factor what goes on later in the comics, as well as Mark returning home from Earth with his brother, literally returning him. And now the mother, Mark's human mother, Debbie, now has to adjust to back to raising a child that involved the alien woman that's a bastard child of Omni-Man. So that's just crazy adjustments. And then we got the Sackwids situation that also happened over in season 1. Yeah, a lot. Like face stealers that can't take over Martian hosts, but can take over human hosts thanks Martians can shapeshift. One of the Martians that escaped over in the space shuttle literally left over knocked out one of the astronauts to take control, for the Sackwids to take advantage and possibly just invade Mars now, and now they're coming over to the Earth with the Guardians of the Globe, including Mark, that returns to handle the issue without the drama at home. While Adam Eve going over her own issues after an incident involving a car incident, saving a couple, and the issue that happened in Chicago with Rexplosion trying to comfort her without getting anything in return. Me personally, I'll take it. I'm joking, but other than that, it's good that they're looping around and it's still connecting over to the plot. So possibly the second episode of the second half is technically episode 5. So it's still a continuation, just a bit of a hiatus, with a lot of surprise plot, knowing like they're trying to survive dealing with like a tsunami of Sackwids, even though these guys, all they have to do is just take care of the host, and I'm sure the coordination stops. While the lizard men trying to invade the Guardians of the Globe, but they already caught on to it. Bro, I swear everybody died. Duplicate kept making clones until she literally got smushed between her and another clone, died. And then a person that can like shrink and grow literally just got eaten alive, and she tried to expand, trying to explode him from the inside, but his muscles kept crushing her until Rex finally had the time to decapitate him with an explosion of his own. Killed the Razor bitch, and then they concluded with a gun in his head, possibly showing that he might die. Completely unpredictable, if you didn't read the comics, just saying. And then it ends over with Thaddeus, one of the leaders of Space Rebellion, and originally revealed himself to rip apart his beard, showing that he has a patented mustache for a Viltrumite, because I guess it's tradition to get a porn star mustache as a goddamn Viltrumite. Ends up showing that he's also a Viltrumite and one of the Viltrumites to rebel from the Empire, knowing why he has so much information on them to begin with, issuing over his life support, taking a gamble if Alan the alien could survive to become stronger. So motherfucker actually attempted over a Senkai boost to make sure that Alan the alien next time stands a chance. So that was the biggest gamble, because the biggest thing was he knew nobody, no other remaining Viltrumites that could even stand a chance. So he took a risk over with Alan the alien. And that's practically the entire episode. Very unpredictable. Drama all over. It's okay, I guess. I'm not a big fan of Rexplosion. Of course, that's the whole point. They try to not make you a fan until you actually build up a bit more of direction with Rexplosion. But overall, he's still a piece of shit. Doesn't deserve what happens to him later after, especially what happened with the Shrink Girl. And of course, what happened to Duplicate was brutal as fuck. Just brutal near-ending fight scene involving the lizard people, the lizard men. While you just have to deal with a swarm of Sackwids that can take over your body. That's it. And of course, the Viltrumites possibly being an ongoing just a thread of antagonists for like a majority of the show. So that will always be happening. And the only thing positive about this Invincible shit, even though they have a multiversal plot line, it's just a plot to go with the singular plot. You will not see different versions of fucking Invincible, unlike what they do with DC and Marvel to make a quick buck. Biggest positive, this show it's a good show. It's a very good show. I'd recommend it. If you guys have Amazon, go crazy. You go watch. You can binge it over to completion, and the dialogue can get crazy. Oh, I forgot to even bring up that Donald is a borderline cyborg. Only part of his body to survive is his majority his brain, where I guess he has synthetic tissue, and he literally had some PTSD, or some night terrors of himself, literally getting captured, taken by one of the exoskeletons while nobody's helping him, like some scary cybernetic shit, knowing that you're not even fully human anymore, and knowing how that's going to play a part over to the plot line, knowing that he should have died, and they were kind of doing that over the majority of season 2, with him realizing the truth that he isn't fully human. Kind of good that they kind of concluded it over in the middle of the series, just to get that over as a plot line, knowing what Cecil is willing to go to even keep Donald alive. I know he's a number 2, that he probably trusts him with a lot of information, so I guess it's important, but also fucked at the same time how much Cecil is willing to go to try to keep the country safe. Kudos to Cecil, but still, for the effect of what he's done to a majority of characters, it even fucks up with the protag, and you guys will get to see that over the majority of the series. It's probably just twisted a different way to go with the adaptation. But that's it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show, or you haven't watched it. This is a big recommendation to watch Invincible Season 2. That's out right now over on Amazon. It's not sponsored, but I wish it was. That's it for me. Like, comment, subscribe for more here on the DST show. Thanks again for all the love and viewers over from the Last Airbender live action. I really meant what I say and not changing my opinion. That's it for me.